Hello there folks, Ferenc on board here with another video, this time regarding my video game. If you've been wondering for a long time why I've been silent on this topic, is because I've been working hard on certain achievements regarding the game. I have been working quite a lot to improve certain mechanics, to add new possibilities, and to actually allow myself to do more and more things. I've bought additional plugins. I have learned how to do certain things, and what I'm working on is a 10-month special. But I don't know if I can actually show it. Like, if I cannot show the full version, I will show a mini version of it. I have worked towards implementing the students' AI in the game, and although for the moment I'll be having 70 or 80 of those, I'm running for the moment a stress test to see how the game actually works, and occasionally there are still bits of lag that I have to cope with, and I've kind of put a lot of the DLCs and plugins into the game, and probably they are kind of too much, or I don't know exactly why, but the loading screen became suddenly so long after I just changed the value in one of the plugins, and then I changed it back, and it just takes like forever to load for some reason. But the game just works, it works quite normally. However, I really am trying to find out a way to bypass this awful loading time, because I'm also working on my computer, which is an i5, let's say, medium generation. It's quite a resourceful computer, and I also work on my laptop, which is less resourceful, so I usually leave the testing part for the computer because it's much more powerful. But for some reason, I don't know why this actually is happening, and it kind of gets annoying. um, I have learned to make some synchronized events in which, and I'm planning to work on some more. I have actually changed the name of the game from Rin's Conquest into A Journey Through Consciousness. I have put some of Jan Fly's plugins in which you can actually hear the steps. I have to actually make them, less audible, but I'm actually okay with this. Some of the events from time to time kind of bug out, I really don't know. I'm using Yanfly's movement plugins, the two of those, to use scripts in order to the reason why the character actually shows a heart this way is because of this character who has to spawn, and I have to reduce their timer, but I have been busy with other things. Even with that movement plugin that allows you to set up, and I really don't know why these spikes actually occur. They usually rarely occur. um, my god, this is awful, like really awful. It usually doesn't happen that much. It's like unbearable. Actually, it's the first time that I see that much lag, and when this occurs I really don't know what the cause is, and I've only done like 20 of the 71 characters, and yeah, it feels very painful. There's still a lot of work to do. I'm using some of the events. I've put some logics in which, for example, I've put clubs inside, and they each have a certain class. For example, this one here is the handcrafting club, which I will be taking care of somewhat soon, well, at least with the students. The player quest will be done much later. And for example, the martial arts club and the physical training club, some of the members will come in here and they will change. Actually, their appearance will change, which is done by changing event pages, and then some of them will come and they will run along here. There will be exactly 4 of them who will run around here. One will run, for example, around the whole university map. Some will actually run around here or these places, and I've got a lot of ideas to make the NPCs very active. Some will move around here, some will sit around here, around what I call the Sakura lane. Here usually the lovebirds actually gather, some actually stay and admire the river that flows in. As you can see, these benches are pointing um, like north-south, so that characters can actually look normal when they face this part. I'm looking to add as many minute details as possible to characters, like when they close doors and the player is close, there is a sound that they can hear, and all sorts of conditionals that I'm sure they will be consuming their own resources, as well as I'm also working on extending the map a bit, and um, I've been adding a few new areas in here. These are still under work, but for the moment I'm still considering. Probably I'm considering adding another entrance in here. Um, and well, I intended to write here Nippon, which is Japan. Um, and basically there's a lot that I'm going on through. There's a lot of time that I have to spend on finding out why exactly things just don't work the way I want them to work, and yes, things actually become more and more like, definitely they become more and more annoying at times, because I do have this habit of making and trying to make all the mechanics as complex as possible, and this loading time that I get at the end is really painful. I'm marking like players, students spawns in different places when they just come towards. Some of them will have multiple behaviors and one of them will be chosen, and there are a lot of places where they will go. I've got myself a timer plugin that I'm still trying to learn how to use, and for the moment I'm working on the ground map, which is this is the university itself. It's going to have an H like um, structure, and yeah, well, that's kind of it. There's also the map with the different floors that I will work on at another moment. So currently I'm very busy with what I'll have to do. My YouTube channel has a few of the videos that depict some of the um, events I have created. There are others that I will not depict for the moment. I simply choose not to, and it's also, the game has 5 playable characters, and if an event can be done by more than one, I have to create another version of it for the other playable or playable character, actually playable character or characters. And it's usually not going to be copy paste. I mean, in some cases it can and will. It will be indeed a copy paste, but again I have to change the references. There will be slightly different mechanics for each of the characters, so it's not just a simple copy paste. Now to move forward, there is a lot of progress that I'm getting. I'm working hard to solve these issues, and once I learn how to fully use the timer plugin, I can actually start creating the characters AI. Unfortunately, for now they are not targetable by the player. They cannot be spoken to unless, well, they are in certain situations. I'm looking forward to finding a way around that, but I don't think it's capable with RPG Maker. I will be looking forward to do that in Unity though, once I start doing it. And well, what can I say? I'm looking forward to finishing with the 80 students and see how much resources they call, and probably I'll have to disable some of the numerous plugins that I have taken in order to reduce the unbearable loading time. What can I say? Hope to hear from you soon, and looking forward to showing you more and more of the updates that would come from the game. But as usual, even if it is click coding, it still comes with its own difficulties, because what can I say? Programming is 80% finding out why the code doesn't work. And a very little percentage is about actually writing the code and, seeing if it actually works, right? So, until next time, have an awesome day, and never forget, life is awesome and so are you.